Okay, so this is a message from the Spirit to you. Okay, tried doing this yesterday, didn't work out very well, so I'm trying to do it this time. What I would like you to do is just sit back, listen to the piano, listen to the words. I'm going to read to you, and then I will give my the meditation afterwards, or the meaning that I get from it and that I've always had from it. Okay? So, I don't know if you can hear that, but there. This is Ecclesiastes 3, a time for everything. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search, and a time to give up. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to mend. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. Whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before, and God will call the past to account. Now I skipped a big paragraph in there, but that's fine. The main portion that I need to convey to you is that little brick right there. Okay? Now, when I hear that, I don't just hear a Bible verse, okay? Yes, I am pagan, or Wiccan, whatever, witch. I'm not a big Bible thumper. I've read the Bible my whole life at times, and then sometimes I just don't care about it and don't want to even look at it. But there are times when I'm going through things, every stage of life actually, and I come back to that one verse, because when I started studying the Kabbalah, studying the Tree of Life, Kether, Chogma being all the Sephira all the way down to Malkuth, that verse is what came to mind immediately. And I find it so amazing because it tells you exactly what is to come in your life. It talks exactly, it can apply to any situation that you have going on. Whether you be Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Wiccan, Druid, whatever have you. And if I'm not mistaken, if you look back in history, I think that's actually, there's some Celtic verse or whatever that correlates with that. Now, don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But anyways, that's besides the point. To everything there is a season. To everything there is its place. Everything has its reason for happening under the sun, under heaven, whatever. Whatever you're going through right now, it's not that bad. I mean, let's be real here. Not everything is all, oh, well, that was just great. glad I did. Shut up. No. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it just makes you laugh. Sometimes it's whatever. But to everything, whatever you're going through, there is a reason. There is not a reason, however, for my cigarette to go out. To everything, there's its place. You know, I keep going back to all those situations, and I look at them, and I think about everything I've gone through. You know what I mean? You look at the sephirah on the tree of life. You know, you plant something, you nurture it, you grow it, you trim the hedges. That's the fifth sephirah. You know, you try to make your plants grow better, different ways. You get fertilizer, or don't write to me about that green stuff, because yeah, you know what I mean. You compost, you agriculture, whatever that is. Those are the two, the seventh and eighth sephirah, chesed and behad. Okay, and then you at some point in that you're resting while you're waiting for these things that you've been working on to manifest and to grow. That's the Tefrith, the sixth sephirah. You know, and then you're down in the astral and the yay side, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna have this, this, and this. I'm gonna have this much crops, and God is gonna bless them. God, Goddess, whatever you call them. You know, it's gonna bless them. And then come the fall, you're on the earth in the Malkuth. You have this abundance, this manifested state of crops. You know, and I'm just using agriculture as an example. You can do the same thing with relationships, money, finances. It's the same thing. Pain, hurt, sickness, healing, whatever. The tree of life applies to all of them, and it applies very well to that. Okay? And that is why I keep going back to this. Keep going back to it over and over and over again every time I'm in something like this. Because, I mean, let me tell you, every emotion is in the tree of life as well, for every situation. My dad pissed me off. I don't like what he's doing. And whatever. It pissed me off. I'm mad at you. Don't talk to me today. Okay. Fifth sephirah. Now we go over to the sixth one. Meditate. Have grace. Forgive. Whatever. You know? I come back from Kuwait. You know, because I was deployed. I come back. I have such the hardest time with civilians. Because they don't have this, a lot of times, don't write to me about this either. A lot of times they don't have the same traits as a soldier does. Okay? I'm not going to say all soldiers have these, but a good many of them do. You know, integrity, loyalties, honor, all those, you know. And a lot of times, those aren't there, so I had a serious trouble with that. Patience was a really big one. You know, I can use common sense, but the rest of the world, for some reason, can't. So I had to learn patience with that. Okay, try and teach them. You know. So, I went on a tangent there. I'm sorry. The objective was to teach you, or to convey to you, that all Scripture has some kind of lesson in it, no matter who you are. And every time I have something going on, I have to remind myself, hey, this is a season, this is something that's going to go on, you know. Okay. I just got out of I won't call it a relationship, because it wasn't a relationship. Well, it was well, yeah, I knew another person. We were trying to create something between us, and I knew that person. That's a relationship. Maybe not a romantic one, but it's a relationship. We were trying to create one. Well, he was just not. Whatever, you know. And things did not work out, and I was upset about it. I said, alright, it's a lesson. What am I supposed to learn from this? Well, here's what I was supposed to learn. How to have a relationship without worrying about sex right away. How to have a relationship that was meaningful on communication, the regular human aspects, being someone's friend first, but still showing that I cared. Those types of things. A good, healthy relationship. And seeing people for who they are. Okay? Now, the one thing that I kind of have a little bit of an issue with in that whole verse itself is whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before, and God will call the past to account. Now, what I'm going to say on that is, to me, that sounds like destiny has been created for all of us. As far as I'm concerned, our destiny is to die. Okay? Our destiny is to come here, learn, grow up, get old, become spiritual, whatever it is, live, and then die. What we do between birth and death is on us. But somehow or another, we're still going to get to death. Because we have to be reborn. That's the circle, right? Now, what I find truth in this, because this is where I will kind of contradict myself, but not really. I said earlier that it seemed like destiny was already written out for everybody. Well, I'm a firm believer that it's not. I believe that there are things in place that we need to follow along with, or that we're going to end up coming across anyways, because before we had skin, we chose to go through those situations or live those experiences. Which is past life regression and whatever, and that's a whole nother video right there. But when I look at it, whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before, and God will call the past to account. Okay, that says to me one thing, well, a couple things. It says to me that in our lifetimes we are going to repeat the same lessons over and over and over and over and over and over and over until we finally get it. That's what that tells me. You're young, you're a teenager, you're in love with the boy or the girl next door, your high school sweetheart, you think you're going to have a love life forever, and then college comes around and they're gone. 10 years later, for some reason or another, it's the same story. Hopefully not, because then you'd be 30 about that time, and I don't know why you're acting like you're in high school when you're 30. But that's a different story. And 30, now I'm only 23, but I firmly believe that my spirit is 30, or older than that. According to everyone else that I've met, I hang out with a lot of older adults, they always said that around 30 is when you start to repeat your own lessons, the ones that you didn't get before, because you should have reached a different level of adulthood, that sort of thing. You should have reached a point where you're like, okay, here it is. And that's why I say, or that's why I believe, rather, that we'll just keep repeating the same lessons over and over and over again, and then it'll come back again, and you're going to learn it, but you'll learn it this time. You'll actually learn it. Oh, okay, we're not going to do that again. you know? And that's why I believe that that verse says, when it says that everything, I don't remember how it goes now. Darn it. I've been reading it 4 times now. Whatever is has already been. Well, whatever is already been. Yeah. Everything you're doing now, you did before at a different time. Whether it be past life or this one. Learning about love, learning about money, learning about relationships, learning how to budget money, learning how to get a job, whatever. We all do those things at different times in our lives. We do them when we're younger too, because we want to get a car, we want to go on the trip, the field trip, the whatever, etc. And then it says, and what will be has been before. Well, where you are at 30, or whatever, at that lesson, you did it once before. And therefore, God will call the past to account. Okay, everything that you did here, we're bringing it back now, because you still need to learn this. You need to go through this before you can go to the next step. People come to me and they're like, oh, where's the right man for me? You know, and I read cards for people all the time. And I've had people, they are in love with this person, and it's their dream, whatever. And then they come back a month later, and they're like, well, what am I supposed to do? He left. I'm like, well, there's a reason he left. He was only here for a season, he or she. They were only here to teach you one thing. You did not know what it was, you fell in love, and you didn't see the lesson. Okay, well, we all do that. We're human. But there is a lesson in that past season. You need to learn it. You need to go back, go within, before you go jumping into someone else's bed or whatever, and you need to reevaluate. You need to be like, okay, what did I learn from this person? Was he good to me? Was he or she the exact quality that I look for in a partner? Were they someone that, did they take care of me? Did they treat me well? Did they take me out? I'm holding the crystal, so I'm trying to stay focused here. Did they get me to where I needed to be? Were they supportive of me? Were they intellectual? Were they all those types of things? And if you can answer all those questions, yeah, okay, fine, be sad. But still, there must be 1 or 2 of those. I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, there's one of those 2 things that was not answered, that you could not answer, because that person did not embody that quality that you were looking for. You see? So, okay. You say, God, send me this type of, you refrain your request this time. You tweak your request this time. Okay, God, you sent me this last person. This, and this was all there. Okay, cool. But this wasn't. Now, in this next person, click here. Alright. Or in any situation, everything happens for a reason. Everything is part of a season. People come and go. They don't want to be in your life, let me tell you. And I'm going to tell you this real. Someone don't want to be in your life and they're trying to walk out the fucking door. Let them go. I'm telling you. Let them go. Don't you be the dumbass to follow them out. If you're a strong, independent person, you'd be like, okay, you want to leave? Here, let me walk over to the door with you. Actually, better yet, let me open the door for you, and you walk out it, and I will give you a kiss on cheek, mwah, bye, and I'll close it. That's what it is. If someone wants to walk out of your life, let them. Maya Angelou said it best. If someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Because someone's going to show you who they are. That's what they're going to do. They're going to show you who they are. And usually you can figure out in 24 hours who that person is. You know? That's all it takes. Or even in a few simple conversations. Tell me about yourself. And then they say one thing that just makes you go, ooh! You know, not literally, but your spirit just jump out the fucking ether, you know? That tells you right there, ooh, 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 you don't, ooh, come on, get back in. You know, that's someone showing you. That's part of the lesson. Alright? Everything is a lesson. Everything has its purpose. Everything has its reason for being. Everything has its season. The seasons change. People come and go. Even family. Even family, folks. Even family. Because guess what? They're people too. That's all they are. They're just people. Yeah, you knew them your whole life. Yeah, they took care of you. Yeah, they were you whatever. People come and go. But if they're really meant to be in your life, they will come back. And I learned that lesson. That lesson is true, folks. I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that that lesson is true, because it just happened to me this past week. This past week. Where's my calendar? Yeah. Well, between August 1st and now, you know, it's happened. It proved itself. I said, okay, let's roll with it, you know. But remember, after each lesson, just take 5 minutes. Doesn't need to even be a day, hour, whatever. Take 2 minutes and be like, oh, that's what they were trying to tell me. You know? It's all about the lessons. It's all about the learning. If you can look at a situation and you can remember that it's a season, that there is a reason behind it, that there is a time for this, there is a time to be loved, there is a time that there's peace, there is a time that there is to dance, to make merriment and have fun, there is a time to be sad, sorrowful, mournful, whatever. If you can remember that, and you can employ that into each situation you're going through, let me tell you, you will let go quicker. You'll look at it and be like, okay, cool. Yeah, it might be sad for a little while, but that's okay. That's okay. Just don't turn into a whiny bitch. You know? I mean, that's real right there, yo. I just say that. That's real, yo. Good Lord. Don't know where that came from. But if you can look at it and be strong about it, because natural instinct is to pull away, cave in, and cringe and run away. That's natural human instinct, right? But everybody has fire in them. And when you witches get this, most people don't. You know, if it doesn't work one way, I'm gonna go this way and get it. You know? Kind of sort of dealio, how to explain it. When you do something after having a bad situation happen, like after that person that I was left me, I went and I started getting crafty. But what I learned today was that was a good thing, because it opened doors, it opened energy, it was saying to the universe, I'm not here, I'm not over here, I'm over this way, I'm still going forward, I'm still climbing the ladder. You know, it was a good lesson you threw at me, I learned it, I'm ready to move on. You know, send me next. You know, that's what it is. If you can look at each situation like that, oh my God, just imagine how much happier you're gonna be. So that is my challenge for you. As you noticed in most of my videos, I give everyone a challenge. Oddly enough, I never hear back, but I hope to hear back soon from any of these little challenges that I give people. And even I'm doing them with you. So don't think that I'm the end all be all here, okay? I'm doing them with you guys, you know? because I'm trying to make me a better me, you know? So don't think you're alone when you're doing it. Even if you live in California, I live in Minnesota, for crying out loud. And if you live out in California, Texas, Oregon, friggin' Chicago, Iowa, Australia, whatever, all you gotta do is pick up the well, not pick up the phone, pick up the computer, go to the email box, send me email, hey, Brian, for real, I don't get it, blah blah blah. I'll get back to you. May not be right away, but I do check my email every day. I do that now. You know? So please, try it out. Just see. You go into a situation, Ecclesiastes 3, everything this season, okay, there's a time for this, time for that. Okay, cool. That's all it is. Try it. Write back to me and tell me how it works out. And even if you just need a little extra oomph, a little extra push, send me an email. We'll talk. I'll whip out the cards. I'll be like, maybe you should reconsider that one. Well, this card looks nice for that, but that one don't do right. Don't do that. I'm seeing something else here, you know. So try it out. Let me know. Leave a little comment. You know, pass this on to your friends, whatever. But try it out and at least let me know how it's working for you. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.